The leadership Canada needs. Brothers and sisters, Canada doesn't need another political speech. Canada doesn't need another party fight. Canada needs leadership, real leadership, moral leadership, niyat leadership. Because somewhere along the way, this country lost its compass. Not because Canadians changed, but because the people leading the nation stopped leading with values. And today, we pay the price. In housing, in healthcare, in safety, in unity, in trust. A nation collapses when morality collapses, and Niyat is here to restore that balance. Leadership is not liberal. Leadership is not conservative. Leadership is not immigrant. Leadership is not local. These are labels. Labels divide. Labels blind. Labels force you to pick a side instead of picking the truth. Canada's next era cannot be led by sides. It must be led by standards. A prime minister should not be a mascot of a party. He or she should be a guardian of ethics. We don't need someone who bows to donors. We don't need someone who bows to foreign pressure. We don't need someone who protects vote banks. We need someone who protects Canada fully, completely, ethically. That's Niyat leadership. So what does Niyat leadership looks like? Ethics. Decisions based on what is right, not what brings votes, not what makes the news, not what pleases a lobby. Accountability. No secrecy, no excuses, no corruptions, no broken promises. A leader must answer to the people, not to a party office. Truth, not narrative, not spin, not propaganda. Truth is the foundations of trust. And without truth, leadership is a performance, not a responsibility. Unity. A leader brings people together, not tears them apart. Not immigrants versus locals. Not East versus West. Not rich versus poor. A real leader unites the country under one standard. If you live here, you contribute. If you contribute, you belong. Responsibility. A leader who thinks in 30 years, not 30 days. Long-term vision, not short-term popularity. That is the Niyat standards. People say Canada isn't broken. Really? Then why are Canadians working full-time and going to food banks? Why are young people giving up on buying a home? Why is crime rising? Why is mental health collapsing? Why does healthcare wait times stretch for months? Canada didn't break overnight. Canada broke because leadership stopped caring about Canadians first. Foreign aid isn't the cause, but ignoring Canadians is. We cannot fix the country until we fix its moral direction. Niyat is that direction. Canada needs a prime minister who says, I will not be owned by corporations. I will not be pressured by foreign governments. I will not divide Canadians to win elections. I will bow only to ethics, trust, and responsibility. This is the future. This is the standard. This is Niyat. Leadership is not about power. Leadership is about protection. Protections of the people, the land, the truth, and the future. Canada needs leaders who serve, not leaders who perform. And Niyat is not just a name. It is a reset button, a new foundation, a new moral compass for this nation. If Canada wants to rise again, it must rise with ethics and trust. That is Niyat leadership, and that is the path forward.